Hey fam, Happy New Year and welcome to Dear Diary episode 5. Today my therapist and I talked about taking risks in life. And it was quite comical because prior to walking into my session, and really for the last month, I've considered decisions that terrify me. I've considered life goals that I've shied away from. So when I walked in my session and the first thing out of my therapist's mouth was, "Today I want to talk about taking risks in life and making changes," I thought, oh, that is the law of attraction in motion, and I needed to align myself. So let's unpack this. If you've watched any of my videos in this series, then you know a little bit about my background. If you haven't watched any of my videos, what are you waiting for? Look around, make yourself at home. But in the meantime, I'll give you a synopsis. My grandparents raised me. My childhood was absolutely golden. As I grew older, our religious views became increasingly conservative. Those conservative, borderline extreme Christian views that I never questioned, coupled with my grandmother's iron rule that I rarely questioned, created an emotionally codependent young adult. Wow. Now, whether you know nothing about codependency or you feel you have a pretty good grasp of the topic, I highly recommend 2 books. They are Codependent No More by Melody Beattie, and I've underlined nearly every sentence in this book. The other one is Boundaries by Drs. Cloud and Townsend. And as you can see, this book has received quite a bit of love as well. These 2 books are the real deal. You need these books in your life. They wholly changed my life as well as my perspective on what I allowed in my life, why I allowed those things in my life, and why I allowed them to continue for so long. So these are it. They're lit, okay? And don't worry, I have you all covered. I'll list them in the description box as well as a link to where I purchased my books. By the time I was 16, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to pursue childhood psychology, work with the youth, and encourage and inspire them to believe in themselves, own the trajectory of their lives, and crush every single imaginable dream. But the funny thing was, this passion of mine seemed to clash with another goal I had in life, and that was to live and be a missionary in Central and South America. Additionally, my grandmother figured out a way to prove from some of our religious books and various speakers the dangers that accompanied pursuing my passion, childhood psychology. And so I chose to focus on my other goal. I chose to focus on that which met the approval of others. I chose to focus on that which garnered the praise of family members and my church. After high school, I enrolled in this little school associated with my church, whose mission it was to train individuals to become missionaries. And I did well. I enjoyed my classes. I enjoyed the practicum. I became this talented purveyor of prophecies in the Bible, as well as holistic alternatives to lifestyle diseases. It was a great mashup of things that I loved. But once I left the school, and actually even before leaving the school, my life became pretty chaotic. A common thread that I recognize throughout all of it, my older teenage years, during the school and post my training, was this insatiable need to please others, to make other people proud of me, to meet the approval of those whom I respected. Fam, I sincerely believed that other people knew better than I did what I should do with my life. I relied upon the inspiration, the dreams, the expectations of those whom I respected, of my pastor, and that's how I kind of ordered my life. I allowed other people to control the narrative of my life. After I explained all of this to my therapist, she handed me a sheet of paper with a list of questions on it, and I want to pose these questions to you as well. Just consider them. What does the statement, "nothing ventured, nothing gained," mean? Do you live your life taking well thought out risks, or do you fear risk and remain stuck? Does the way you approach problems offer you few choices or more choices? Explain how you currently live your life and what you want to try to do differently. As I considered the answers to those questions, I told my therapist, there's one thing, really just one thing that's buried deep in my heart that both inspires me and terrifies me. That one thing that I know when I reach the end of my life and I never pursued that thing, I'd be filled with so much regret. There's one thing. Can you guys guess what it is? That one thing is going to school so that I might become a therapist, a childhood psychologist. And so my therapist looked at me and she's like, you know what? You would be perfect for something like that. I think it's a brilliant idea. Why don't you do it? Do it now. You're still young. And I thought, you know what? The only thing that's stopping me is me. Think about it, fam. Think about that one thing in your life, or maybe there's more than one, that you really want to do. Maybe it's going on a trip, starting that business, quitting your job, pursuing higher education, making that move, believing in yourself. Think about that one thing. What is standing in the way of you accomplishing that? You. It's me. The limiting beliefs that I have in my mind. That's all. It's me. And really, the excuses that I've erected in my mind are all based in fear. What are you afraid of? For me, I can be a perfectionist, so I'm afraid of failing. But the thing about failure is, it's only really failure if you stop at failure. If you fail, you get back up and you try it again, and that's not the definition of failure. Hello. I am standing in my own way of success. You are the only thing that's standing between you and whatever it is that you have in your mind to achieve. As I thought more and more about this, I became inspired and filled with courage. And so I decided to take immediate action. I left my therapy session, drove to the local community college. I met with administration, made an appointment with an advisor. And guys, I'm really happy and thrilled to announce that I have taken the first steps in pursuing my dream of studying childhood psychology. Do you see that smile? I'm sharing this with you to encourage myself, to motivate myself, to hold myself accountable, also to raise my vibration and encourage you guys. 2019 is my year. I'm putting myself first. I'm investing in myself. I'm encouraging myself. I am believing in myself. And I want to encourage all of you to do the same. Take a chance on yourself. Get out of your own way and go crush and slay those dreams. I love you all so much for watching this episode of Dear Diary. If you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button, join the family, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode. Don't forget, you are the best. Peace and love.